I'm recording!
So am I. Let me turn you down, though. Because I feel like
I'm
I
not
just
gonna scream the whole time.
blew my...
Okay, this is what I want to start with. I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper. A Dr. Pepper mini
yum.
can.
I'm drinking a Coke Zero. Delicious.
Just wanted to get that out there. It's been sitting over here eyeballing, it's like looking me dead in my eyes. But I wanted to wait to crack it open until we were recording.
Are you gonna put your lip of dip in, also?
My what?
Your lip of dip?
What is that?
Dip? Like tobacco?
Oh.
I feel like that's a
Sorry, I'm also bleeding.
Oh, what? From where?
I think I cut myself shaving and I just noticed. I also took a shower before we started.
Oh, twin.
I just looked down and my ankle was bleeding like a lot. And I was like, hello?
That's okay. Bleed out on the
Does that ever
podcast?
happen to you? When you bleed in like your ankle? Like it's not even like a part of my leg that was like genuinely shaved. Like I don't shave my ankle.
Oh, I do. Not relatable. I shave my feet.
Well, yeah, but I mean like it's like on the back of my...
Oh,
like, how did I do that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know.
I get the full shaving treatment.
Anyway, I didn't mean for my Dr. Pepper segment to turn into, hey, I'm bleeding live on air.
No, that's okay. Should we welcome everyone?
Yeah, go. Hey!
Welcome back!
I'm bleeding, and this is Plato podcast. Welcome back to the Plato and Aristotle podcast. There's a plane going overhead. Can you hear that?
I can't hear it. This is episode 5, so I feel like, is it time for us 5. To announce that we are either going on tour or starting a music shoot-off career? Episode 5. Episode 5, guys, we're going on tour. Go get your tickets. Also, coming to a city on Spotify.
Coming to a city near you. We're gonna do a live show. Coming to a college campus near you. Actually, that's probably more like it. We're gonna do a guest. We're gonna do a guest lecture.
Yeah, what would we guest lecture on?
I was just about to ask you that. What would we guest lecture on? Definitely Reels. Not philosophy. Instagram Reels. Yeah, they would put us in like the philosophy 101 class and be like, you guys know what you're talking about. This is episode 5. If you didn't catch episode 4, it's titled The Best Thing About Boiling Hot Dogs is Hot Dog Flavored Water. So go check that out. Because it's probably the most important part of that episode. We also have a TikTok, which is at Plato and Aristotle Pod. So go give us a like on that. I'm working on trying to put these on YouTube, but we'll see how that goes. Because there's like a way to like connect it to YouTube and Amazon, like Apple Podcasts and all that. So I'm working on it.
Oh, very sick.
So pretty soon we'll be able to say smash that like button.
Told
to subscribe though.
That's exciting.
Go rate us 5 stars on Spotify.
Yeah, please do. Aristotle works so hard on producing the entire podcast, and I cannot emphasize just how much Aristotle produces the entire podcast. I do jack shit except for plug my microphone in and start talking. Like actually nothing. So please go support the podcast on Spotify, soon to be Apple Music, maybe /YouTube, definitely on TikTok, and Raya as well.
Definitely on TikTok. Watch out for Raya. There might be some copycats out there. Yeah, there might be.
Just be careful. But we're working really closely with Ned, so don't,
It's Neve. I also thought it was Ned. I thought it was Ned and Matt, but it's Neve and Max, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Max is who I was actually thinking of in my head, I think.
Max is the salt and pepper one holding the camera. I'm still bleeding pretty profusely, by the way, in case anybody was curious.
It's a gunshot wound.
Genuinely, I don't even know what happened. It's like as soon as I looked at it, it started like, oh, let's actually start bleeding. Okay, I do have something I want to share with you. Do you remember in the last one? The best part about boiling hot dogs is hot dog flavored water. Do you remember in that episode we talked about vape flavors?
Yes.
And you said on the next podcast we should guess which one is a fake flavor and which one is a real flavor. And I want you to know I have 10 flavors here for you.
I didn't come prepared at all.
Some of them are genuinely a flavor, and others I went into... I fed the AI monster machine, and I asked it to come up with vape flavors that have never been used before.
The AI monster machine. You're canceled. You know writers need jobs?
Well, I wrote the segment. It's just...
Just kidding.
Actually,
just
you
kidding.
wrote the segment.
That was serious.
So...
I pitched the segment, you wrote it.
Yeah, exactly. So really, we're fine. Wow, yeah, I really am still bleeding. Anyway, so while I'm bleeding out, I figured we could go ahead and do that if you're game for it.
Yeah, I'm game. 100%. I feel like I'm gonna ace this. I mean, what?
I don't know. I feel like you might. Yeah, she's familiar with all of these. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
Plato knows
I'm regularly
his vape flavors.
smoking on fucking Thab. Geek bar.
Like nobody's business.
Chiefing on that, yeah.
Okay, are you ready for the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Plum, rose, mint, ice.
Real. Do you want to know how I know that's real? Do you want to know how I know?
Have you had one before?
I've had one before. Recently, in fact. Recently, I was in North Carolina after being stranded in the midst of the Microsoft outage that grounded all planes for like 3 days. I was caught up in that mess, so I was going from my location that I was in to my home, and I was in North Carolina on the trip back. And I was like, I'm so bored, out of my mind. All I'm doing is just driving for hours and hours and hours. I really need something to pass the time, and a mint vape would be delicious. So I go into this gas station. I'm in bumfuck North Carolina. Like, I cannot emphasize enough, nothing is there. And I go inside, and I'm like, yo, to the cashier.
Yo?
I said, do you guys have mint Jewel? Which I don't think they are making those anymore, but you can still buy them some places. Because I can get them. I've previously
Jewels in general
them,
or mint jewels?
The mint pods specifically. But I was like, it's worth an ask. Because they had a lot of like, really old shit. So I was like, maybe they just like have some left over.
And he was like, lying around.
He was like, first of all, he said, Jewel, like a gem? I said, like a vape? And he was like, oh, no, we don't have that. And I was like, okay, cool. I said, do you have any type of mint vape at all? And he said, yeah, here, get this. So I was like, all I saw was it's a like ice blue box. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be like peppermint or something, like easy purchased. Yeah. So I buy it, I go outside, and then I'm really looking at the box outside, and I like open it, and I was like, oh my god. And I want you to know that it smells
plum,
foul.
Rose, mint, ice. It smells Berry.
Foul as fuck. So bad. And it does not taste like mint at all. So that was great. So it smells bad. It doesn't taste like mint. I don't even know why mint is in the name. It has nothing to do with mint as far as I'm concerned.
Ultimately is why I picked it, because most of the vape flavors sound like they're just like thrown together. Like, it's just a bunch of different fruits, and they said, yeah, let's just put them all into one big thing. But this one in particular, like, I know what a plum tastes like. What the fuck is the rose doing in there? To make it smell garnish. Good? Yeah, like, okay. Plum,
it tastes
rose,
crazy
mint,
as fuck.
Ice. What? Yeah. I was like, I had scoured through the Lost Mary flavors because most of them seemed pretty like basic. So I was like, I'm not going to give her the basic ones. But yeah, I came across that one and I said,
No, and that would any other time that would have got me, but unfortunately, I just had a close encounter. So yeah,
I had a feeling there would be some of these that you have you've
run into.
Traversed through.
Yeah, so it was disgusting, and I pawned that off on one of my buddies who was on the trip. I said, "Cool, this is yours now. You own this. Thank you so much."
Yeah, this $25. So
I was like, I can't have this in my possession. It's actually disgusting.
Thank you. Okay, your second one is brown tobacco.
I'm gonna say that's brown. Real.
Tobacco is real. Yes.
I feel like that's like for like the menthol.
What makes it brown as opposed to regular tobacco?
A regular tobacco is brown though, isn't it?
I know, but why is this one called brown tobacco?
Maybe it's like richer.
What does that mean? I guess.
I don't know.
It made me giggle. I said, brown tobacco. Okay.
Just to be perfectly clear, to make sure we're all on the same page about what we're talking about. Brown tobacco. Just to be totally explicit. In case you were confused.
Mm-hmm. Just in case you thought it was like rainbow tobacco.
Yeah.
Gay tobacco.
That's what it is. They called it brown tobacco because they were like, we don't want anybody to think it's like kiwi watermelon. Like fucking fab geek far.
Kawaii tobacco. Be who you are for your pride, Elf Bar. Okay. Your next one is peppermint popcorn.
Ooh, I'm gonna say that's fake. I really hope it is.
It's fake. It's
Thank
not
God.
real.
Thank God. That sounds like actually, that kind of sounds like my wet dream. I was gonna say it sounds like my nightmare.
Is it?
I don't want those two things together, but that is two flavors that I really love separately. I don't want them to collab though.
Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Maple bacon melon.
Ugh. I hope fake.
Maple bacon melon.
Is that real?
What's your guess?
I'm gonna say it's fake.
That is fake.
Okay, thank God.
She's a faker. Okay, our next one.
I'm batting 1,000 right now, dude.
You really are. I feel like some of these are obvious, but I tried to make them hard. No, your next one is hickory smoke.
Real?
It's real.
Okay. Here's the problem.
From a brand called E-Liquid. You add it to your vape.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. Like a booster.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't have any nicotine in it. I guess you add it to your.
Oh, interesting.
I don't fucking know how this nerd shit works.
I don't either. Yeah, like hold on. Let me put out a disclaimer. Even though I know I just said that I bought a vape recently, but I do not vape. I just happen to weirdly be a connoisseur, but I truly, hand to God, I don't do that. Well, I just feel like it has to be a product of like the generation and just environment. I'm like, it just has infected my brain, whether I wanted it or not. So
it's not hard to not know about it, but I will say it is quite funny to be far removed in some way from the nerd shit, as in I've never tried any of these and you have tried a total of one of them.
Just one.
So what does that say about about the two of us? Because I went, wow, these are some whack ass vape flavors, and you said, oh, I've tried that one.
Oh, I've had it. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that one. That one is so good. And it's a fake one. And I'm like, girl. Okay, your next one is apple cucumber mint.
That sounds real.
Apple cucumber mint.
That sounds real, and I would venture to say maybe good. That sounds like infused water in a hotel lobby. that like
It's a
is
puff
kind
bar.
of rotting together. Puff bar?
It's a puff bar.
Yeah.
All right, your next one is jelly bean jalapeno.
Disgusting. Fake.
Fake. Damn.
Fake.
I thought, well, that one is probably the easiest one to guess is fake because nobody would buy a jalapeno flavored vape. But because why would you want to do that? Like inhale it, spicy, whatever. Okay.
Somebody does.
Yeah. So far, you've aced it. You've got 3 more.
Okay.
Next one is fig fizz.
That sounds real to me too.
Fig fizz. It's fake!
That's fake? Damn. Damn, no, I ruined my streak. That sounds real.
That one would get you. I know.
It sounds real. That sounds like a Kato bar or something.
Yeah.
Believable. Damn.
Your next one is Colombian coffee ice.
Real.
It's a Lost Mary.
Yeah.
I think there's probably nothing grosser to me than coffee flavored vape.
I was just about to say, if you want to smoke coffee flavored vape, I mean, like, do your thing, but also you should go see a psychiatrist because I think that something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something went wrong a long time ago. Do you know what I saw?
Tell the psychiatrist something is wrong. Oh, the best.
We're getting copyrighted. You sound just like her.
You said it. Tell your psychiatrist something is wrong.
I saw recently at the gas station.
So what if I'm crazy? The best people are.
I was at the gas station with a mutual friend, and they were buying a vape. Honestly. But I was looking at the flavors while they were buying, and one of the flavors that was in there was pumpkin spice latte.
I can't do this.
No, I was like, "Are you serious?" That sounds so unappealing to me. Like just the idea that I could be smoking on pumpkin spice latte is crazy.
Yeah.
Also, that's my SZA remix.
Smoking on my ex pumpkin spice latte. Did I tell you about when my sister and I got like kind of sort of like racially profiled with the pumpkin spice latte?
No, recently?
Yeah, we were going through the Starbucks drive-thru. Sorry. And because I had a Starbucks gift card that I needed to use, so like whatever. We were going through the Starbucks drive-thru, sorry. And sorry to the people. And the girl was like, make sure to get here early when you come on Monday. Like kind of said it like that. And we were like, what is Monday? Like I don't
the big day.
It just was a weird thing to say. D-Day. It's because the pumpkin spice latte was dropping on Monday. It was D-Day. So then she goes, well, it's pumpkin spice latte day. So, the line's gonna be really long. And we were like, oh, haha. So we left, and my sister turns to me and goes, that felt like a little bit, not quite, but like a little bit like what I'm sure like getting profiled feels like, where it's like we're just 2 white women in a car going through Starbucks on like 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and the workers like, I know that their fat asses are gonna be here bright and early on Monday morning for the pumpkin spice latte, so I need to let the people know that you gotta get here early. And both me and my sister were like, I can't even remember like what, I mean, I know what time of year obviously it comes out, but I don't know like if it's a September, I don't know the exact day. Like, it just was funny. Like, it doesn't matter that much, but that was, it just so got funny. Me good that's the first thing she said, and I kind of turned around, I was kind of like, yeah, a little bit. Like, it felt a little bit like, oh, these 2 white girls are gonna love the pumpkin, like, love it so much. I already know.
She got the wrong podcast host. Because I was sitting at my house Googling for, I'm not kidding, a week. When are the Starbucks fall drinks coming out? When are fall drinks coming out at Dunkin'? When are there going to be fall coffee drinks?
But you know what, Googling. We were going through it, and I said, now if it was the peppermint mocha and the sugar plum fairy Danish, then she would have had my ass. But she didn't, because I'm like, I don't give a shit about the pumpkin spice latte. I really don't.
Do you know what's upsetting?
What's that Scream Queens quote where she's like, pumpkin spice latte, I want it freezing though. Just kidding.
Senorita Awesome.
My name is Senorita Awesome.
Yep.
That's what that felt like. It felt like she was doing that to us and we were Senorita Awesome. I said, girl.
Do not fuck with me right now.
Girl.
Alright, rip this last one. Are we in the last one?
Yeah, we're all. I'm just reminiscing. I got really upset. Okay, your last one is... Drum roll, please. Aloe grape.
Real.
It's a puff bar. Congratulations!
That's
9 out of 10.
That's what I smoke when I have a sunburn. No, I feel really bad about that. I feel really bad about that. I feel like I need to spend some time outside. I feel like tomorrow I'm gonna spend a lot of time outside and off my phone.
Tomorrow spend some time outside and smoke a fig fizz, since apparently you think it's real.
Yeah, that's upsetting. But I'm feeling pretty good about. I feel pretty good about my success rate. I feel good that I'm a winner. I feel bad about what I won. Because really, I lost. I just lost publicly.
Yeah, you did.
In a really big way, but that's okay.
9 out of 10 is like an A minus.
Yeah, yeah. And if we're grading on a curve, I fear that it would be really bad for me.
Yeah. But yeah. Thanks for playing. It was fun to put together.
Thank you for coordinating that.
I will say though, if you were to try it at home and type in like make me a bunch of vape flavors into ChatGPT, it will spit out like nacho cheese corn dog, and it's like, guys, no, I want like realistic sounding.
You should have been like spaghetti hot dog flavor. And I would have been like, damn,
hot dog water.
These days you don't know.
No,
anything is possible. Pasta water martini flavored vape. Anything is possible.
It's true. We're slowly turning into the what were we talking about that episode of Good Luck Charlie when Ivy gets the mashed potato Sunday roast milkshake. It's like or smoothie, not whatever. Anyway, it's like it's becoming that. We're like or like the gum from Willy Wonka when she's like, it tastes like a roast chicken.
Which is
like
my
that.
dream, by the way.
I was gonna say that is where we're getting to, of like one hit of my vape and it's like a 10-course meal.
That is exactly what it is, and wow, you know what I'm thinking about right now?
Oh,
think about it like this: you wake up.
Oh God!
You take a pull off your what was it? Colombian coffee ice. What was it?
Oh,
was that it?
Yeah, that's it. You hit it dead on.
Dead on. Okay, Colombian coffee ice. And then you brush your teeth, can't have coffee breath, and then you're gonna take a pull. You're gonna take a pull off your scrambled eggs and sriracha vape. Take your pull off. There you go. And then you take your pull off the sourdough honey butter.
Cage-free vape. Farm fresh.
Free range.
Farm fresh hickory smoke e-liquid.
Free range vape
that I inject into my bloodstream through my mouth.
No growth hormones.
No GMO. Yeah. Okay, so we had our coffee, we had our eggs, we're having our toast. I guess is that what you were saying? We're having our toast.
Sourdough like honey butter keto bar. And then
it sounds like if you had the rolls from Texas Roadhouse as a vape is what that one sounds like. Which might be honest.
It could be worse. It could be worse. Keto bar, get in touch. Elf bar, get in touch.
Then you smoke your brown tobacco vape as like your first like cig break of the day.
Yeah.
Which I was gonna say this earlier and it just came back and I want to say it before I forget it. When we were talking about the Colombian coffee ice. Like, just drink a little tiny cup of espresso and smoke a cigarette like a regular European person.
I agree.
That is how you get Colombian coffee ice, is you drink a shot of espresso in a cup. And you smoke a cig so that the cig tastes like espresso. Or vice versa. However, whatever. But anyway, So we've had our coffee, we've had our eggs, we've had our toast, we've had our first cig, and then you eat like a bar of chocolate.
Something cool. You have like 2 sips of some flat soda in your room that from like 3 days ago. I can call it a day. I'm ready to attack the day. I think if that's how I started my day, I would be attacking the day.
Yeah, real.
Like, I would
aggressively attacking the day.
Extremely violent.
And you only smoke what's equivalent to breakfast because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Yeah. So why would you waste your time buying vapes for any other meal? It's not important.
Frosted Flakes.
Just lick and suck on that brown tobacco one until the end of the night, and then when you wake up again, you can have more coffee. I'm on a vape fast. I don't vape my.
I want a vape only. I'm on a vape cleanse. Like
yeah,
a juice cleanse, but you're only vaping for days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't smoke except when. Anyway, I had to put the Mitski joke in there somewhere.
Got me good.
Yeah. God, it's so fucking stupid.
I just gotta.
Who was I? I was just watching something where somebody was. Oh, I was going to talk to you about this, but go ahead and say your thing.
No, well, I was about to make a comment to you about Letterboxd, which is that I just got a Letterboxd notification.
Oh, go ahead.
That, Micah Monroe reads Letterboxd reviews of Longlegs, but you can imagine the shock I felt when it said Micah Monroe, and I was gonna say
follows you on Letterboxd.
Yeah, liked your Letterboxd review of Longlegs.
I thought that too because I also got the same notification.
I was like, what are you doing here? On my Letterboxd with my 3 followers.
Also, it seems kind of late to be posting that now.
Yeah, Longlegs happened a while ago, girl. I guess that's not true.
It's kind of over. Well, it is kind of over. What did I say today?
It was like a month ago, yeah.
I typed something that was adjacent to something Longlegs would say, and now I don't remember. Anyway, I still do the "Let me in now." I do that all the time. Let me in now. And it can be nice. What was I doing that it sent? Anyway, what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, what did you watch?
There's a new chimpanzee documentary on HBO. Have you gotten to that?
I have not gotten into it, but I've gotten served various ads. Is this the one where there's the homage to Marilyn? Who is some blonde woman? It's like some blonde celebrity that's not, in my head, associated with
the woman who's doing it, though, is not a celeb. This one's called Chimp Crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now because I've gotten a bunch of ads about it. For some reason in my head, I thought it had something to do with the monkey, and then it was also talking about, like, this random famous person met the monkey, and they were not connected. In my brain.
No, the only famous person that's in this documentary that has a connection with the monkey is Alan Cumming. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
No, it's random. Okay, yeah, no, I misunderstood. For some reason, I thought they were trying to tell me Dolly Parton had met this monkey, or I don't know. But
no,
yes,
this one is about
though.
Yeah, it's really good. We've been watching it. The last episode comes out this coming Sunday, so the third one was just out yesterday.
Okay. Give me the gist. Is it like a Tiger King situation, or? Yeah.
So it's made by the same guy who did Tiger King.
Okay.
But now, the exotic animal community obviously is scared of him. Mm-hmm, obviously. So in this one, he has, a guy be, his proxy director, which I think is interesting. So the guy goes and interviews people, pretending to be him, but, not an I'm pretending to be... I think his name's Eric Good or something like that. He just is we're doing a documentary, when in reality it's the other guy. And so in this one, it's about the chimpanzee trade and how a lot of the time, like with Tiger King, there's chimps that are bred for Hollywood, bred to be working chimps, and chimpanzees are our closest relative, I think by 97% DNA match.
Yeah.
So. But obviously then monkeys, chimpanzees, live a really long time. They live till they're 60 or 70. I could be wrong, but they live like on like a regular lifespan of like a human. So you can't expect like a chimp that's like, and then there's something too where like chimpanzees from when they're young to when they're about like 5 or 6 can work, but after that they become too big and too aggressive, obviously, because they're wild animals. Whoa. So they just get like sent to these places that bred them or wherever, and they just live out the rest of their life there, and that's where they go to die, and they're in these like cages or whatever. So the whole point of this was that this woman was really famous for breeding these like Hollywood chimpanzees or whatever, and had this like other woman come and take care of them. So the documentary is about not the woman that owns the chimpanzee like sanctuary, but the woman who came and like was helping her, who eventually like took it over. So she wasn't there for all of the like breeding or whatever. She's just been trying to take care of them. And they get into this whole legal battle with PETA. It's really interesting because it combines like animal cruelty with like the politics of like not politics, like relationship of like loving the animal like it's your own children. Is kind of the way they put it, where it's like,
well, that was like the Tiger King situation was like he was like obviously exploiting these animals, but then the angle of he's going on there being like, no, I like love, like I have a relationship with the animals that I own. Like I feel genuinely invested in their well-being, even though he's actively not furthering their well-being by doing tours and, you know, whatever he's doing.
And with the chimps, it's even scarier because they're so closely related to us, obviously they can do a lot of the things that humans can. And so I think it makes these people even crazier. And they go into like the instances when people have owned chimps and they've outgrown the home and they start to get violent. And like Travis the chimp, you remember that one? Of the woman whose face got all mauled.
Yes. Yeah, I do remember that.
That was Travis. And then there's another one that I just learned about from this documentary called Buck, who mauled another woman and had to get put down. Like all this, like that's basically the running theme is like they are not pets and they're not children. They are wild animals. And it reminds me of like obviously of Nope. That whole storyline of the chimp in that. And it just, the one thing that always makes me so sad is those moments, like, they talk about when the chimps act out, because they talk about it in the show. I won't say anything more about, like, why they do what they do, because they talk about it. But they have those moments of, like, severe aggression because they don't understand what's going on. And they lash out, and then they revert back to being, like, a 2-year-old because that's about their intelligence level. And then they look around like, why is everybody looking at me? It's like, because you just ate, like, brutally murdered this woman. And it's like, oh, like, I don't know what I did. And that's what's so, like, that's what kills me about this more so than Tiger. Like, Tiger King is obviously, any kind of wild animal exploitation is awful. But for this, it's like, they're so close to us in relation that it's like, you can see it in their faces of, like,
well, that's what freaks me out about, like,
why is everybody worried about, like, what did I do that's wrong?
That's what freaks me out about
we're supposed to be having fun.
Right. That's what freaks me out about chimps more than, like, not that, like, big cats aren't scary, because, like, obviously they are scary. I'm not an idiot. They can do horrible damage to you and whatever, but chimps are scary to me because they really do look like people. And, like, the mannerisms are the same, obviously, because they have the same, like, motor functions as us, and for the most part are like the same physical capabilities as us, which is just a scary thing to be confronted with and watch them do shit, and like it just looks so human, which is so scary. And it makes me think of Nope, obviously, and what was that Jacob Elordi movie we watched that was so bad?
He went that way,
which we didn't even finish, so I don't even know even know what happened in that movie. But the scariest part of that movie that I did see, I would give it an honest effort. We probably watched like 45 minutes of that movie, or I did at least.
I think I fell asleep.
Yeah, I think I watched like 45 minutes of that movie, so I gave it a solid try. But the scariest part of that whole movie is like just anytime they're talking about the monkey, and Spanky was his name, which was a real performing monkey, I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, because the story is based on a real story, but I think that was the real monkey's name in real life. Jake Valorti's character is like, oh, I love Spanky, like I loved him on TV, whatever. And who is that other actor? I'm totally blanking, but he's super famous.
Zachary Quinto, who is Jungle Jim 4322 at yahoo.com.
Right. So he Zachary Quinto, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Spock, right, exactly. Zachary Quinto's character, I was gonna say I could name like 25 characters that he's been, but could I name his name in real life? No. Zachary Quinto's character is like just warning Jake Valorti, like, oh, you can't move too sudden, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, because you're gonna scare him and he's gonna get aggressive because he's gonna be confused and whatever. And the worst part of that whole movie that I saw, because I only saw half of it, is when Jacob Elordi makes Zachary Quinto's character get in the cage with Spanky and ride in the tiny cage with him, which was already scary enough, like just thinking about that, even with how human chimpanzees are, is that he has a chimpanzee in this crate that's like a crate for a, big dog, I guess, in the back of this car on Route 66. Like, it's like putting a toddler in there to me. Like, visually, like, it's like making my brain, it's like triggering some of the same stuff in my brain, I think. Of like, this is just bizarre. And I don't know. But when he makes him get in there with him, after all that talk about like, yeah, you can't do this and you can't do this, it's going to freak him out and he's going to get aggressive and he could really hurt you. And like, that was just so scary to even see with the CGI. The CGI chimp. I was like, I don't care how bad the CGI is, bro. I'm freaking out right now. I'm tweaking,
bro. Yeah,
but they're just scary. Like, it's scarier. Yeah. The threat of being mauled by a chimp, I guess because of the humanness, is like 10 times scarier than, like, to me, than watching the Tiger King stuff and watching them interact with the tigers and like, oh, the tiger could bite them and like seriously injure them, but it's just not as scary for some reason.
Because I think it too is like people equate the chimps to the little tiny monkeys, and I always think of like the little baby monkey from like Night at the Museum or like Pirates of the Caribbean, like the little tiny, I don't know what you call it, I guess there's not screech monkeys, but the little ones that don't get bigger than like a chihuahua, like those ones are like monkeys. But a chimpanzee is an ape, bruh. That is not that's not a little baby monkey, that's an ape. And so it's like, when they're really young, like 3 or 4, they're like the size of a human toddler. Yeah. But then when they grow up, they become the size of like a human man. They're just crouched, but like they are still, they're massive and they have a lot of strength. And it's just so like, but the craziest part of this whole show, and I won't give it away, but there's something that happens after the first episode where you realize like, oh, this is like genuine mental illness.
Oh, really?
Where you're like, oh, she's like,
can you like
off her
is
rocker?
It a full spoiler?
It has something to do with it just is her relationship with one of the monkeys becomes like.
Wait, spoil it. I'll still watch it either way. Just spoiler warning.
I was gonna say, okay, spoiler warning for the chimp documentary.
Yeah, skip like a minute.
Basically, skipped like a minute ahead. Basically, I'll be really fast about it, but PETA goes after her to get the chimps out of the sanctuary that they're in because they're not being taken care of the way that they told her. So they told her, you have to do certain things in order for us to let you keep this facility. She doesn't do them. So they get a court order to sedate all the chimps and move them to a sanctuary. Well, one of the chimps is missing, and it's like this famous Hollywood chimp that's been in the industry for forever and did a movie with Alan Cumming, who's a like sponsor for PETA, basically, is his point of being there. So now PETA is like, where the fuck is the chimp? Like, whatever. Yeah. She tells them that the chimp died and she cremated him, so she doesn't have the chimp. and she has like barely any ashes. She's keeping the chimp in her basement.
What? This is the woman who took over the sanctuary for the other woman?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
is she keeping the chimp because he's famous, or because she's like, this
she
is my...
loves him. She loves him more than she loves her kids, and she says so, and her son says so. Her son's like, she loves this thing more than me. So much so that she would move the chimp to another place, fake its death, and then build a basement area. So now the chimp doesn't even get to go outside because she could get imprisoned for revealing that she has like a fugitive chimp. So we're on episode 3. So episode 4 is supposed to be about like them, you know, trying to figure out like the journalistic integrity of like, because she tells the documentary crew that she has it because she thinks they're friends, because she's stupid. So she tells them like, I've got the chimp, and shows it to them, thinking that they're not going to do anything about it because they're like on her side. Mm-hmm. And so the end of episode 3 is them deciding like, what do we do? Do we let the story go and we don't get involved, or do we get involved for the safety of the animal? Because could we be held liable because we didn't say anything? Like,
which I would
it's a whole thing.
Yes, I would think would be the answer.
I think so too.
I mean, I guess you have there's some leeway because you're operating as a journalist.
You're not the one doing it. Yeah.
No, and you have some like immunity from that stuff.
Yeah. So here, there's the end of the spoiler.
Damn. All right.
It's a crazy show, but I will say though, what's funny about it is it's like, what I love about these animal documentaries is when they do like comparisons, between the animals and the people, and it just reminds me of like the difference between a human documentary and a nature documentary. And in this one, it's funny because, like, in nature documentaries, obviously, you're not supposed to intervene because, like, you could disrupt the natural order of things.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And so for
Planet
this
Earth
one...
with, what is that fool's name? Who does the...
David Attenborough.
I love David Attenborough.
But, like, that's what's funny about this one is it's, like, how involved do they get?
Yeah.
Because it's both animal, but it's also people. Mm-hmm. And so it's just funny to me because it's like, okay, yeah, so still the chimp is not a person, it's an animal, but people are involved, so now it gets treated like a human issue. It's just funny. So I just wanted to ask if you'd watch that, but I think you should because we're enjoying it. It's entertaining in the sense that like she just keeps making these bad decisions, and I like learning about like the crazy people who have exotic animals because they're so secretive, obviously, because it's illegal. But in, I think they're in Missouri, there's like barely any, which there wouldn't be, there aren't any laws about having exotic animals.
I'm sure.
And housing them. Like, there's nothing. So,
because I'm sure
it's funny.
Partially like, in general, I would guess, a non-issue. Because who in Missouri can afford to even be like, oh, and I'm going to have an exotic pet? I feel like it's like, no, I'm gonna like farm and do what I need to do to I mean, maybe that's a gross overgeneralization, but I'm thinking about the terrain of Missouri and what people are doing there. And actually, I have a pretty big chunk of family in Missouri, so I'm underselling myself. I'm a little bit of a Missouri expert.
Well, and most of it too is like it's the breeders. It's the breeders that live in these places that send the animals out to other places. So of course it's like,
I'm sure that it's like for these states, it's like, oh, this is such a non-issue, and the breeders like see those weaknesses in their systems and then relocate there to exploit it. Obviously, that's crazy. Wow,
but that's what this one's nice too because it's like also the dynamic of PETA being involved, and you get to see like because PETA does a lot of stuff that makes people roll their eyes, and I totally get it. I'm one of those people. But this is a good way of showing that PETA actually does have, like, their core values have always been about protecting the animals. And you can see that in this documentary because they don't let up on her. They're like, no, you are not allowed to do this.
Generally uncontroversial
you can't do this.
Animal protections. Like, I think it's probably generally uncontroversial that people would be like, yeah, you probably shouldn't run a breeding farm for chimpanzees where you keep them in cages.
I know.
Like,
it's just
I think
as
that's
bizarre.
probably
It's
not.
like, how are you? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah,
Anyways.
that's what I've been up to recently. Was watching that. There's kind of like nothing else new that's out right now.
No,
So I've
there's
been bumping that.
zero good documentaries out right now.
Bumping that.
Sorry to the documentary community. I've been on the hunt, but that'll be good then, because I'll watch that, because I've been digging for something worth watching, and there's been simply nothing worth watching.
Nothing.
Do you know what I watched? I guess it was recently. It was like, I probably watched this like 2 months ago, so a while ago. But there was this documentary on Netflix, just speaking of crazy people, that was like, I think it was like 3 episodes. Hold on, let me pull it up. I don't know what you said that made me think of this one in particular, but it's this documentary about this, like, I would describe it as the, like, religious cult version of the Hype House.
Religious cult version of the Hype House.
Yeah.
Right.
That is how, the documentary is called Dancing for the Devil, the 7 million TikTok cult, or the 7M TikTok cult, sorry. So listen to this. It's this documentary about, it like kind of centers around this one girl who like used to upload these TikTok videos like way back, I think pre-pandemic, with her sister, and they like got really popular for being like a sister dance duo. So they were doing the Dixie D'Amelio, Charlie D'Amelio of it all, whatever.
Right, as we all do.
And they're uploading these videos. They end up moving to LA, as you do.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right.
Who would ever do that?
Who would ever do that? And they like, basically through the, like, I guess, like, social media influencer / dancer overlapping community in LA, get connected to this guy who starts like inviting them over. He starts inviting one of the sisters. She starts hanging out with him all the time, and like a bunch of other dancers that are hanging out at his house. And he's like, not old, but he's an older guy, like, I don't know, late middle age, maybe like 60s. It doesn't really matter. And it's all these like really, really young dancers who he's like, oh, well, let me help you. Like, let me manage you. Let me whatever. So he basically starts a management company for these dancers. But on the back burner, they're like coming to his house, and he's basically doing Bible study with them. But it's like, but it's not like normal Christian stuff. Like it's like pretty bizarre, culty, like explicitly culty type stuff. So anyways, it was a really interesting documentary, but the whole thing is like it's not funny, and I feel really bad. And eventually it escalates where the one sister who gets like absorbed by the cult is like super into it, and the other sister is not, because like she's like, we didn't grow up religious, like I don't have any like background, like I don't have any reason to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be part of it. And the other sister is fully bought in, and so it escalates to where like she's doing it so much, and then one day she just stops talking to her entire family, and like,
oh
yeah, like completely disconnects from them, is fully like only talking to people who are part of the cult and like management company, and like, and still doing social media. Like just stops posting with her sister, starts posting on her own account. And they're doing well too, is the thing. Like they're showing the videos and stuff, and like they're getting a lot of views and whatever. So it was a pretty interesting documentary, but I guess I don't really know. I forgot my punchline of this whole thing was, but maybe just that, damn, that's crazy that you got like that's, you're a victim, but also how did you become a victim of the religious hype house? How did that happen to you? But it's like, it's like a for real thing. I don't know. And they have people in the documentary who were like a part of the cult and now are no longer a part of the cult and talk about like their experience like going through that and what they were being told and separating themselves from their family and what it was like to basically like deconstruct all of that and come back to normal life. But isn't that bizarre? The price to be a famous dancer on Instagram Reels.
Is she still in the cult like now?
Is she dead? No, she's not dead. Last I saw, she still was like at the end of the documentary. They were like, yeah, she's still doing whatever, and like really was not in contact with her family at all. Or no, sorry, that's not true. They had reconciled a little bit because, like, I think she saw them for Christmas and was talking to them a little bit again. But the only way that they could be in contact was if they stopped talking to her about the cult. Like, they couldn't bring it up at all. Because they would bring it up and be like, hey, maybe, like, this is not cool. Like, this thing that is happening to you is not cool, or this part of it is concerning to us, or whatever. And she was like, I don't want any criticism about it at all. Like, I don't even want to talk about it with you. Or I just won't be in contact with you, and that's fine. And obviously, because she wasn't in contact with them for so long, they're a little bit like, well, what do we do? Because we want a relationship with our daughter.
Yeah.
And the sister's a little bit more of the mindset of, no, we need to not let her get away with it a little bit, or we need to be bringing it to her attention, like, forcibly, even though she doesn't want us to, so that she's having to think about it and just keeping it top of mind that this is not normal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I am interested. Like, I wonder if after they put out the full documentary where all of her family members are being interviewed and being super open and honest about the situation, like, if she is so caught up in the situation that she went so far the direction of like, well, now I'm just not going to be in contact with you at all. So I would love an update on that. I don't care enough to Google that, but Netflix, if you want to produce one more episode, do like a check-in, because I'm curious.
Like the like in reality TV when they come back for like the end episode.
Yeah.
Like when you get to see what everybody's
episode.
up to now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, what's everybody up to now? She's still in the cult.
I do want to know. But it's just crazy. Like, they didn't hear from her for so long, and maybe she was off social media for a little while too. I don't know. But it was like all of a sudden she was back and she was posting and she was getting a lot of attention because of the way that she was like being directed to market stuff and whatever. But it's like she comes back and she looks completely different. Like, before she gets absorbed by the cult, she's like got long brunette hair and like whatever, and then she comes back and she has like a blonde bob, which is not that crazy, but it is kind of crazy to be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many I'm gonna have to watch it. I like have all these questions.
Yeah, it was pretty I mean, it wasn't like the best documentary ever, but just the idea of there being, like I said, cult hype house was like, oh
yeah,
that's tea. But I'm gonna pivot. This is completely entirely unrelated and I don't want to stay copyrighted, but I really need you to see this so we can talk about it. I got served this on my For You page. When was this? 1 day ago. I want you to know that this has 800 likes. So I'm front lines on this.
Hot off the press.
This is hot off the press, dude. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna play it for you. So basically what this is this is gonna be a Bedkim Marauders edit on TikTok. But what got me is that, and this is not hate to this person, because truly, I've said it once, I'll say it again, there's nothing that I find more admirable than the resourcefulness of a Marauders fan. Because they are the most resourceful people on the planet. Like, I truly believe if you sent if you sent a Marauders fan on like Alone or like Naked and Afraid, I think that they would make it. I think that they would make it. I think they would. I think they would beat everyone because they're so like the ability to work with nothing and just persevere and have a good attitude is like genuinely just admirable. That's all I can say. So yeah, this is a.
But would they live up to the like fitness challenges?
I think that that's maybe not, but what I think we're failing to consider is the power of the mentality of like LARPing. Like if they could be like, oh, I just have to I can't even say it with a straight face. I just have to put myself in the mentality of like, what would it be like if I was Remus Lupin, but as a werewolf, and I had to survive. Like, I think that they could do it. So, anyways, this is a Bedkim edit, Sabrina Carpenter Bedkim edit of fan art of Remus Lupin and Sirius Black as like young men. Like, I'm assuming this is like I don't know the lore, so I actually can't give anything away. Whenever they were at Hogwarts, I guess. Like
one you would refer to as young dudes, perhaps?
But not all of them
are there, yeah.
Just 2 of them. So, anyways, but this is just tea because it's like
half
it's
the
like
young dudes.
Damn, where was that in the tags? It's just erotic fan art of the 2 of them cut together to Bedkin. Well, which is impressive. Again, I'm not hating, like it doesn't even look bad. Does it have 800 likes? Yeah. But hold on, actually, what are the comments saying? How could I be so naive? There's only 21 comments also. Yeah, everyone in the comments is like, love it. This needs to go viral. Oh, maybe this is me a little bit. Born to repost, forced to save. I'm obsessed. This is so good. Yeah. No, all the comments are overwhelmingly positive, which as they should be. I would never truly, as much as I kind of dog on them, I never want a Marauders fan to get any hate. And I would think it's honestly rich if anyone tried to hate on them. Because, like, really hate on them. Because, again...
To be fair, I mean, this isn't, like, in any kind of way. But, like, I don't know the best way to phrase this. But this is, like, shipping 2 characters that, in a certain kind of way, really, genuinely, truthfully, are, like, original characters. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, they're not, they're like, genuine characters that, you know, the turf made. But, I don't know her name. I'm just kidding. No, I do know her name. I'm just, whatever. That J.K. Rowling made, but, like, this is, like, one of the instances, I feel like, where people applied so many, like, well, they're based off of most of it's based off of that, of all the young dudes, you know, our holy book, but that I've never read. I should probably get on that, I guess.
Dude, it's like 500K or something insane.
I know, it's just crazy. But that's what's
genuinely hundreds of chapters, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that's what's funny though, is it's like it's all made up by, I mean, everything, it's all obviously fake, but it's just funny because it's like an extra level of fake, like, and it's still getting content made to further the narrative of these characters, and all of that work and all of that effort just for them to have like 10 minutes of screen time in Harry Potter.
But I guess, okay, so to come to the defense of the Marauders fans, at least for this one in particular, it's like, at least of all of the borderline OCs that you could have picked, like, you did pick the 2 that have arguably the most substance. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, it's a werewolf and somebody who's, like, shunned by his family. Well,
and also, James Potter has no screen time. Or a minute of screen time. Like, he's in the mirror that one time, and then they show the scene where they get killed, and that's about it. That's about it.
When
he shows up as the stag, the screen time is really limited, and there's a lot of allusions to him.
He's also in the flashback when he bullies Snape.
Sue me. See?
He's also in the flashback when he gets killed.
So the point that I was trying to make is, at least this person...
No!
At least this person is...
He's got screen time.
He does have screen time, sorry, that's my bad. At least this person is editing Sirius and Remus, as opposed to, like... There's a lot more substance there than those of you who would want to edit together a Bedcam compilation of, like, Regulus Black and James Potter. Like, hold yourself accountable for that. Think about that for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds. There is a big... And again, I'm not casting judgment. I just am talking about this from, like a sociological perspective. There is a genuinely large chunk of people in this world who are invested in the Regulus Black James Potter ship and are writing fanfiction and are making edits and are doing the weird roleplay videos on TikTok and are, like, that's a real amount of people. And those are 2 OCs. But crazier than that is, let's get into the legitimate OCs. If you want to.
Like,
because we're hating on the Marauders people, but there's people who are...
Which one's our favorite?
Lorenzo Berkshire. Lorenzo Berkshire is not a real character in Harry Potter. He's a fake character in Harry Potter. There's another one, Mateo something, I think. Also a fake character. Yeah. And people have full... Like, not only are they're not acknowledging these characters and glancing, like, oh, this is a recurring character. A recurring side character that is an OC that has somehow sprouted up in multiple different fan fictions or whatever. Like, they're not acknowledging it in a glancing way. It's like there's entire accounts on TikTok dedicated to, I love Lorenzo Berkshire, like, he's my favorite character ever, like, he's my number one character. And not only is he's not real in any sense of the word, like you bitches who stand Regulus Black, even he's more real than Lorenzo Berkshire. At least he's a canonical character.
Right.
This character doesn't even exist in the canon. At all.
I want to know what I'm doing research on right now is how much screen time they genuinely have in these movies.
Oh, I thought you meant the fans. The Marauders fans. I was like, wait, who did a study? I need to know.
Oh, man. Okay, so James Potter has 2 minutes and 15 seconds total.
Across 8 movies, by the way. 8 2-hour-plus movies.
Yes.
So
2 minutes and 15
approximately, let's
total.
say, like, in general, probably, like, what? 20 hours of movie? 19 hours of movie?
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Something like that. 2 minutes.
I think Lupin has 24 minutes of screen time.
That's not bad.
That's actually a pretty decent chunk. Most of it's from Prisoner of Azkaban, obviously.
Of course. Well, that should be Sirius's main chunk too, right? Or...
Well, he's also in Order of the Phoenix.
Oh, true.
Sirius Black screen time. I can't find Peter Pettigrew's, but I will say I thought it was funny for a split second. I thought that Peter Pettigrew would have more screen time than Lupin would, and then I remembered that, like, that doesn't quite make sense, but in my mind it did because he's the rat too, so technically that counts as screen time.
That's true, yeah. But
he's only the rat for the first 2 movies. Sirius Black has 11 minutes of screen time. And Lupin has 24.
The impact...
Oh wait, no, this one says 20 minutes and 40 seconds. AI! I'm getting the AI overview on Google and it's doing me dirty.
The cultural impact.
I don't know. Either way, obviously James Potter has the least amount of screen time because he's fucking dead, dude. I mean, they all are.
Shared 25 minutes of screen time. Yeah.
They're all dead by the end of the series.
Well, not Lorenzo Berkshire.
Well, he you know, the famous young dude, Marauder, Lorenzo Berkshire.
Arguably, he was never born. So. Did
you see that fan casting that Louis Capaldi is Peter Pettigrew for some people? Have you seen this?
I have seen that.
What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are, first of all,
he would make a better Lorenzo Berkshire.
That is my I was gonna say Mateo, but yeah. My general thoughts are
even though getting kinda used to being someone you loved when the day bleeds. There's a rap and the night falls
and you're not here. Yeah, I don't know. Even though I get on our podcast and talk about the Marauders, I think every single episode that we've had.
I was to say, you keep bringing it
comes up a lot, but I
for
think
someone who hasn't even read the series.
I haven't. It comes up a lot.
You keep bringing it up.
But I think that genuinely, what I think it is that I get served a lot of that content because sometimes the edits are super good. So I like the edits, like they're good. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I like the edits. And I think it's residual Draco talk. Like, I think my TikTok algorithm is still like, oh, but she likes Harry Potter stuff. And I like regular Harry Potter edits sometimes, because sometimes they'll send me a really sad Harry Potter edit. And I'm like, yeah, that was good. Let me save that. And then they're like, she would want to see the Bed Kim. she needs to see the Bed Kim Remus and Sirius fan art edit. And I did need to see it because it was important.
I do think it's funny that we were talking about, like, exotic animals and, like, people thinking that they have a genuine relationship with them, when I think 3 of the 4 Marauders turn into animals. Think about that critically.
They all turn into animals.
Which one does James Potter turn into?
The stag.
That's his Patronus. That's not. He doesn't turn into it.
No, he does. That's also, like, whenever... So, some lore, for those of you who don't know. Whenever they find out that, that Remus is a werewolf, they all do whatever the process is to be able to turn into animals, where it's, like, not, like, the werewolf thing, but I don't know what it's called. But there's some kind of, like, magic process that you can do that you can turn into animals.
Is this actual, or is this
no,
I
think, no, I think this is real. I think this is real. Are
you trying to school me on OC fucking content?
No. I'm pretty sure this is real. Is it even
in the canon?
I think it is.
Are you sure?
Because I think that's why, because Sirius can turn into an animal canonically, remember? Because he does.
Yes.
And also, and so does Peter.
What do they call it? Wait.
The Grim Dog.
The Grim.
And so does...
What does that one kid say in the fucking... When he gets his tea leaves read, and that kid's like, that's fucking Sirius Black. This, like, 12-year-old, that's fucking Sirius Black, mate. He's gonna come kill you in the night. What did you say? You can't... It's like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. Isn't that what he says? Hold on, I'm gonna find the clip.
I don't even know, dude. But no, I think that's canon because that's also why Harry's Patronus is a stag, because that's what his dad turned into. Not the other way around, remember?
I'm about to school you.
I think that's right.
Really hard. I'm about to school you. I think you're wrong, because
let me do a fact check.
The stag that he sees in when the Dementors try to kill him is his Patronus, and his Patronus is a stag because Lily's was a Patronus, Lily's was a stag because Snape's Patronus is a stag too, because when he gets the sword...
No, Google AI is saying you're wrong.
No, it's because I thought it was because when the sword's in the lake. No. And he has to go get it. He gets led there from the stag, which is Snape leading him there, not his father.
His Patronus is a stag.
They have a whole conversation about it because Dumbledore says your Patronus is a stag because Lily's was a stag.
No, Lily's was a doe.
Oh.
So Harry's Patronus is a stag because it represents his father, James Potter, whose animagus, I know I'm saying that wrong, form was also a stag. But yeah, so that's the thing, is that whenever they find out that Remus has to turn into a werewolf once a month, they all do the animagus or whatever process to be able to turn into animals so that they can turn into animals with him, and that is canon. We gotta move on. We gotta move on, bro. Debating the like canon, like.
Oh, Sirius Black. Ducktown? It's not far from here. You don't think it comes to Hogwarts, do you? Dementors at every entrance. Dementors.
Say the fucking line.
Who's to say you won't do it again? That's right. Black could be anywhere. So I'm trying to catch smoke. I'm trying to catch smoke with bare hands.
If there's one thing we can agree on, it's that Sirius.
It's like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands.
It's like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands.
Yeah, we gotta fucking move on, because this is a really like. I was sitting here making fun of the Marauders fans. Wait, rewind. Not making fun of them. Once again, I'm not making fun of them.
No,
I'm not making fun of them. I'm not. I'm really not. Is it a little bit funny to me? Yes. But will I ever make fun of them? No. Because at the end of the day, I know that if we were both on Naked and Afraid, they would beat me. So they would beat me hands down, because they would be like, I'm really dehydrated and it's really hot, and the terrain of wherever we are, South Africa is really treacherous, but I'm just gonna pretend that I'm James Potter when he's in stag form, and I'm I'm toast, bro. I'm smoked. I'm toast. I'm dying. I'm getting airlifted out because I have just blistering sunburn, infection, dehydration, malnutrition, and they're surviving because they have the mental, like, whether you want to call it mental strength or delusion, I don't know. But anybody who believed that they shifted to an alternate reality in 2020 is gonna beat me on Naked and Afraid, because they're gonna be like, I can just go there.
Well, they can just dream shift.
That's what I'm saying.
Dream shift back to reality. Have you ever watched an episode of Naked and Afraid? I think we watched, like, a couple when it first came out, and I distinctly remember one episode where this guy, like, they have to, like, swim to something, and he gets sunburnt all over his body.
Oh, yeah, they all like, are horrifically sunburnt.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It just is so, like, visually, like, I can feel it.
Yeah, my parents love that show. Know? So I've seen so much of that show, and they always just look god-awful. Bless them. But yeah, they always look horrible.
Would love to be Survivor skinny, but I would not want to be Survivor burnt. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to go through the process to achieve those.
Because you're results. Skinny, but also now you have melanoma.
And also you're malaria skinny. As well, probably.
Yeah, you're skinny, but you have skin cancer, you have melanoma, probably an STD of some kind, malaria.
How did we get that? How did we get that, bro?
I feel like, in general, you put a group of people together, somebody's gonna get a sexually transmitted disease at some point. Come on!
I mean, like, yeah, I guess historically for the human race.
You get the Black Plague.
If you put 4 dudes together, at least 2 of them are gonna end up together. Historically, canonically.
If you get four young dudes and you put them in a survival, all of them, excuse me, and you put them in an environment where they have to compete who can do a handstand the longest to get a bowl of rice, one of them is going to have 2 minutes and 15 seconds of screen time, and the other ones might have closer to like 25 minutes. And that's a proven fact, as we've seen play out countless times across multiple media platforms.
Of course.
And that's all I'll say on that matter. You know. That's my truth, and I'm sticking to it, you know.
Of course.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. I got lost. Yeah, I guess kudos to all the Marauders fans. You guys don't get your flowers enough. People are only focusing on the
No, I think
I think people are only focusing on the psychosis, and there's not, like, yeah, maybe there is a little bit of that, but I don't think there's enough attention and credit where credit is due on just the ability to create something from nothing is truly a skill. A lot of people don't have that, like, drive. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean James Potter has 2.5 minutes of screen time? I don't care about him at all. And other people said, no, I'm gonna write a lot of fan fiction about him and a character that has no screen time at all, Regulus Black, and they're gonna be in a romantic relationship.
Well, don't forget about Lorenzo Berkshire.
Exactly. It's a lot of, like, it's admirable.
Friendly neighborhood, your friendly neighborhood OC. California! Put Lorenzo Berkshire in the OC, and he's gonna be the bitch that's from Riverside.
He would fucking smoke all of them. Nobody's more OC than Lorenzo Berkshire.
This is true. Put all of those young dudes. Put them in. Ooh,
wait,
that would actually be more fitting. As if they were in, like, a not Desperate Housewives. What's it called? Just Real Housewives. Real Housewives of the OC. Put them in something like that. The Real Housewives of, I guess, Hogwarts? I don't even know.
I think somebody needs to fan cast the Marauders as the main characters from the OC.
I don't remember their names. There's the kid who's, like, homeless.
That's Ryan.
There's the hot popular girl. There's 2 of those.
Marissa and Summer. There's Luke, which
there's Luke.
Marissa's
the swimmer.
boyfriend.
The swimmer.
Water polo.
Yeah.
Water polo.
Yeah. Water polo. Mm-hmm.
What is the dorky kid's name? Seth. The dorky kid. Ryan's friend that he lives with.
So what I'm hearing is we have 3 guys and 2 girls.
Yeah, but I think that somebody's just gonna get left out. Well, or we could include Regulus Black in the fan cast. Fuck, tough choice.
I can't do this.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say, and if you haven't seen the OC, then don't worry about it, actually, but just trust us.
California, here we go.
We're clipping super hard. I think that Remus is Ryan. I think that Sirius is Marissa. I think that James is Summer and Peter is Seth. That's my fan cast. Yeah.
Who's Luke?
No one.
Wait,
I would say
you're missing.
Who am I missing? I'm not missing anyone.
Oh, I thought you were missing. I thought you were gonna add. I thought you were gonna make it Full House.
I was gonna add Regulus, but I don't really know if he is Luke.
No, not at all.
No.
None of them are gonna be.
He also can't be Luke, because didn't I say Sirius is Marissa? Which would mean Sirius and Regulus would be boyfriend and girlfriend, and they can't do that. No. Yeah, I'm excluding him. Lorenzo Berkshire is Luke.
He pops up every time. California, here we go. Did you know that song, the All the Young Dudes song, is in Juno?
Is it fucking really? Dude, I haven't. Yeah, well, first of all, I haven't seen Juno, because it is one of those movies that stresses me out, even though I've never seen it.
What? Why would it stress you out?
Teen pregnancy.
But you were no longer a teen. Well, that's not true. You just turned 14 in March. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think that I will be 35 and teen pregnancy will still stress me out.
You're such an empath.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I'm feeling stressed out on behalf of myself. Like, if I was 35 and married and got pregnant, I would still feel like the same as if I was, like, 16 and got pregnant.
What's that thing from Broad City? 27? What am I, a child bride?
Exactly. That's how I would feel, too, if I was married at 35. I would be like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Yeah, anyways.
Is that even legal?
Is that even legal?
Romeo and Juliet law? Oh, man. Yeah. I can't believe we spent an entire episode talking about chimps and the Marauders.
All right, well, let's finish it out on a high note. Do you have something you want to talk about?
No, that's why I said I can't believe that we did that's what we wanted to talk about, which is fair, but
let me see if I have anything. Hold on, maybe we can end on a high note.
That's crazy.
Let me look at my talking points.
Well, no, actually it started with vape and then it transitioned. Well, it started with me bleeding. Mm-hmm. And then it transitioned to vape and then it was chimps and then it was Marauders. Mhm. But I don't have anything actually intelligent to add to this conversation, other than the fact that, like, justice for Lorenzo Berkshire, honestly. My king. Give him his flowers.
I would agree. Maybe let's end on this, just because I think it's funny. I don't know if you got this video, you might have. It has a lot more likes now than when I saved it. This girl on TikTok, her @ is Reflected Queen. She was at an Usher concert. And he just happened to walk she's like front row at this Usher concert. And he just happens to like walk towards her area of the stage. And he's looking like Usher. Like, he looks awesome, obviously. He's sweaty as fuck. And the audio the audio of this video is
that all he is
so
to you?
Funny. The audio of this video is so funny. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of this audio and we can close out on this note, which is that this is super relatable. Hold on. There's one really good scream.
Oh!
The comments.
Usher.
He commented on the video. A crying laughing emoji, and then the like smiling like sweating emoji, and said, "Thank you for coming." ...
I mean camaraderie. Usher, I think you mean camaraderie. Usher. Oh, Usher. Usher. Peace up, A-Town down.
It's so fucking funny.
It's like the Usher version of the girl that did the Timothée Chalamet. Really that's the Usher.
Everyone else is like, Usher. Girl, I think he heard
Usher
you.
Remix. Oh, girl, I think he heard you. That's awesome.
All the like middle-aged women in these comment sections are killing me too. Like somebody said,
the way to do it.
I would have dropped my phone and my drawers. Yeah, real.
Oh, that's the way to do it though. Is like
he heard you and was like, "Oh, got one." Right.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
It's so funny.
Girl, I think he heard you.
Anyways.
That's funny.
So shout out Usher, and honestly, that was a super normal reaction. I would have reacted the same way.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I have any videos to share. They're all copyrighted.
Yeah. No, I
got one earlier that was, this might not mean anything to you, but it was everything Alison De Laurentiis did the day she disappeared. Get into this. This video is 2 minutes and 37 seconds long, and
she wore that fuck-ass
up.
yellow shirt. I know she wore that.
She wore that fuck-ass yellow top. But isn't that crazy? It's a sped-up video, and it's over 2.5 minutes of screen time.
She has more screen time than Sirius or Remus.
in one day's worth of
and certainly more than
content.
James Potter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Crazy. But no, that Usher video is good.
So
I like that he starts to move towards her and then backs up and then decides, yeah, let's keep going, and then moves closer. It's almost like they're playing hot and cold. In a way.
I don't think she was screaming loud enough, and then he heard her again. It was like, oh, right.
It's like a guttural yell.
Oh, fuck, you know what we didn't talk about? Which is not important, but Clairo Shade. Have you been getting any of that content?
Clairo Shade?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I wish I could give you like a lore accurate timeline of how this even started, because I think this joke is older than her most recent album coming out, but it's like resurfaced because her album came out. But like whenever Clairo's album came out and like Trump got shot right after, I think everybody was like, wow. Like Clairo can't even enjoy her release date. Like, I guess maybe somebody upstaged her one time, like released their album on the same day as her, something. And everybody was like, you guys can't let Clairo have anything. I've been getting all this content about just like random shit. And I got this quote tweet of, it was Pop Crave tweeted that Chaperone talks about the mistreatment she's been receiving from fans, and it's like the two videos that Chaperone posted on TikTok that we talked about a couple episodes ago. But this is the quote from Pop Crave's tweet. It says, "I don't care that abuse and harassment and stalking is a normal thing to do to people who are famous or a little famous. That does not make it okay. That does not make it normal," which is fucked up. But the quote tweet was, "Now this is definitely Clairo Shade." Like, she's basically saying, oh, I'm annoyed of fans. I wish I could be Clairo so I wouldn't have as many fans.
Oh my god.
And then somebody like Bed Bath & Beyond or somebody shared, sells a lampshade that's called Clairo. And somebody tweeted and said, no fucking way.
No, I haven't been getting this content.
Damn, they're so funny. Well, so offshoot of this, which is related to the Clairo Shade joke, is that somebody had, I think, a Clairo Shade themed birthday party in New York. I want to say it was in the East Village, but I might be wrong. And some guy that was at the party fell through a skylight of one of the lower apartments.
On accident? You Clairo shaded the Clairo Shade!
It was Clairo Shade! And anyways, I think he's fine. Like, I think it's okay. But
what?
Yeah, here's one of the tweets about it. This is a quote that says, "The twink who fell through the skylight at the Clairo Shade lesbian birthday party is such a beautiful name for the next Lana Del Rey album."
Oh, I love those tweets when something is like egregiously long, because it used to be like Panic at the Disco Fall Out Boy songs, and now it's Lana Del Rey.
I was in Bushwick, by the
queen
way.
of long ass titles.
That makes a lot more sense.
Crazy.
Actually. It would be in Bushwick. That makes sense.
Wait, that would be a good vape flavor, I feel like. Clairo Shade.
Clairo Shade? How about...
That's funny, though.
How about the twink who fell through the skylight at the Clairo Shade lesbian birthday party in Bushwick?
Yeah.
That's
sounds
a
good.
Kato bar flavor. That's an elf bar flavor for sure.
That would be, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Anyways.
can't believe it was identified as a twink at a lesbian Clairo Shade birthday party. What were you doing there?
That's so funny.
What were you up to? Upstaging the shading Clairo. No, I haven't been getting that. That's kind of funny. That's part of the internet. I feel like I'm slowly getting further and further behind on a lot of internet jokes. Like, I wasn't in on the demure stuff until like 2 weeks into it. And so I had to look up what it was, and then people who were 3 weeks apart from it were asking me about it. And I was like, girl, I wasn't there when this started.
Yeah,
have you been getting the videos about the boar worms?
What? No.
T.S. Madison?
No.
On the Trixie and Katya podcast, their Bald and Beautiful podcast, T.S. Madison went on there, and she's talking about the Flash Gordon movie. And there's like a princess in the Flash Gordon movie that's like getting like tortured for information about Flash Gordon.
Okay.
And they're like, bring out the boar worms. And she goes, not the boar worms! And she says it in like a specific way. And now it's really trending on TikTok because of T.S. Madison saying, not the boar worms. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
not the boar worms.
You know what it's making me think of is when Zayn and Niall get abducted in the Adventures of One Direction in the Christmas episodes. They get abducted by the German elf, and he puts the slugs on them to suck out their star power. That's the torture. That's what it's making me think of. Not the boar worms. Yeah. I need to tweet that. That would go viral.
I'm gonna watch me. Not the boar worms. Not the boar worms. Girl, what are the boar worms? The boar worms are the worms and stuff. You're not the boar worms. No, I gotta watch that. Not the boar worms.
That's the whole meme.
I love Katya. I love her laugh. It kills me. Not the boar worms.
No! Not the boar worms!
She, like, dramatizes it, but she does say it like that. Not the boar worms!
Not the boar worms!
Not the boar worms! So that's what I've been on. But I feel like I also got into that one late because everybody was talking about it, and I was like,
I haven't even heard of it, so clearly I'm late. This is the two opposite sides of lesbian Twitter that we somehow have like gained access to, is that you've gained access to the not the boar worms like space on gay Twitter, and I got access to the Clairo Shade space on gay Twitter.
Actually,
that's what it is, and we would. That makes a lot of sense for us.
But you know what it is though? Is yours is the lesbian side, and mine is the gay men side.
Yeah, maybe that is what it is.
Of gay Twitter.
But I don't know.
You have the women love women, and I have the men love men. Which is kind of, honestly, the way that we usually go about things.
Yeah, that is the culture that I usually get sucked into.
But you know what I mean? Like, Clairo...
Exposed to. I would get the Clairo content, though. Because I'm my dumbass. I'm sitting on Twitter like, oh, Clairo's album dropped. Like, loved it. And then they're like, was that Clairo Shade? And the worst part is I'm never going to figure out where the joke came from, because like one of the first things that I saw about the joke about Clairo Shade, somebody commented and was like, what is this? Like, what did Clairo Shade, like, where did this come from? And
did it come from a tweet about Sabrina Carpenter?
It probably did, but because
she's got the song
the top
Juno
reply. I don't remember. The top reply to the like, what is the Clairo Shade joke? Like, what is this about? Is this Clairo Shade? So, nobody will explain the timeline because they just default to, wow, this is Clairo Shade, which is good bit, but like
it's kind of giving Onika burgers in a way. It
is. I'm like, where is like this
you had to from? you had to be there to know,
did. And I wasn't, but it's still so funny to me. I don't know if
equals Clairo's burgers equals Shade.
I'm pretty sure it predates the Clairo Shade birthday party. I don't think that was the genesis. I think the Clairo Shade birthday party came from the Clairo Shade joke. I think.
Well, sure.
But I don't know.
Was it the chicken or was it the egg?
Was it the egg? I'm dying to know. But all I know is that's Clairo Shade. So I can't.
Well, once you bring it up.
Another good one was...
Should the title of this episode be Clairo Shade?
Clairo Shade. Another good one I got was, this is where they're holding Clairo hostage, and it's the Shade store.
What do you think she feels about this? I haven't gotten this meme at all.
My Irish cousin.
Clairo Shade. Or is it like Sade?
That's what I was... Clairo Shade. Clairo Shade.
Clairo Shade.
I don't know. It's
Clairo
good,
Shade. I'm going on my Twitter to see what comes up. There's an account called Clairo Shade. Yeah, try to explain what Clairo Shade meant to a terminally offline person.
Yeah, it's a struggle, but
what color is Clairo Shade?
What color is Clairo Shade? Brat green, which is Clairo Shade. Clairo Shade that it's not. Yeah. Charm green.
Justin and Hailey Bieber have announced the arrival of their first baby. Welcome home, Clairo Shade Bieber. Everything is Clairo Shade if you look hard enough.
Everything is.
Clairo loves you, but not enough to shade you. Jesus Christ on a plastic sign. Wow.
All right, folks.
That's funny. Well, I think that's gonna do it for us.
That was good.
Not to shade on my Clairo till I fall through the skylight.
She shade on my Clairo till I rupture the skylight. Until I bust.
She bore on my worm till I shade my Clairo. Anyway, we have a TikTok. It's called at Plato and Aristotle Pod, which I feel like I have to put a clip from this episode on there before it falls out of trend.
Nah, it's never.
I was talking about
trend.
This like
you
a
can't.
Week late.
Well, hold on. What is Clairo up to? Because
she releases new music on Monday.
We can't drop podcast clips dropping on Monday because that would be Clairo Shade.
That would be Clairo Shade. But we do have a TikTok at Plato and Aristotle Pod. Go check it out. I'm working on a YouTube channel. I'm working on other stuff.
Email us.
Because you can email us
at Plato and Aristotle Pod at gmail.com.
Desire.
If there's something you'd like us to talk about.
The email.
If there's something you'd like us to talk about, please email it to us. Clearly, we need talking points. We do our goddamn best. But we are friends in real life. So sometimes we just talk about stuff in real life.
Yeah, it's true. The only emails we have right now is emails about like people who have viewed our profile on TikTok.
Oh, cool.
So if you really are interested in emailing us, please do, because nobody's emailed us. So you could be the first one. Whoever you are, JungleJim4322 at yahoo.com. You could be our first emailer. But yeah, I think that'll about do it for us on this lovely Monday Eve.
Labor Day.
Any
Happy Labor Day, by the way.
Happy Labor Day.
I mean, it's not going to be Labor Day when this comes out, but still.
Isn't it you can't wear white after Labor Day, or is that Memorial Day?
No, it's Labor Day. It's Labor Day.
So don't wear white.
No more white pants or shoes.
No more whiteys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end it there.
Yeah,
Thanks
bye, guys.
So much, guys.
Love you.